Hello everyone, welcome to lesson number 27, grade 8 mathematics. Before we look at today's work, I would like to thank the following learners: Queen Shea, Raul Kine, Upenga Shweda, Junior Hater, and Christofina Magongo for submitting their work for lesson number 26. Thank you very much, and please encourage your friends and your classmates to do the same. Alright, now in lesson number 26, I promised you that we are going to look at how to add, subtract decimal fractions. But then I thought maybe we should do this one first so we can do that one later. Alright, so in today's lesson, we are going to look at how to multiply, how to divide common fraction by another common fraction. Alright? Okay, so these are the important things that you need to remember. To multiply common fractions, you need to multiply the numerators and multiply the denominators. Alright? So once you do that, you should then simplify. Okay? So you should look out for the highest common factor, then simplify. So by now you know how to simplify a fraction. To divide common fractions, change the division sign to multiplication. So this is very important. So you change the division sign to multiplication and multiply the first fraction with a reciprocal. So I hope this is not a new word for you, reciprocal of the second fraction. Okay, so the reciprocal of A over B, let me just make this one bigger so you can see it clearly. In fact, if you can allow me to put all this, let's say 18, is that too big? That's even better. Nice. So the reciprocal of A over B is B over A. So a reciprocal of a fraction, you just flip. The numerator becomes the denominator and the denominator becomes the numerator. So the reciprocal of 3 over 7 is 7 over 3. Okay, so let us look at this example number 1. In this example number 1, I'm going to do the one that I highlighted green. Alright, so I'm going to do all this, A, B, F, and G, and you are going to do the rest. Okay, write the answers in your books, take a picture and share with me on WhatsApp. Please do that. Okay, so let's see. So I want to simplify. I want to write this as one fraction, 1 over 5 times 7 over 9. This is very simple. When you are multiplying fractions, it is the simplest job ever, because all you need to do, you just multiply the numerators and also multiply the denominators. It is very, very simple. I know you have enjoyed doing this in primary school. Okay, come on. So we need a fraction. And then we say 1 times 7 over 5 times 9. Okay, so that's the first step. And then the second step, you write down the answers. Come on. So that's 7 over 45. Or what's the highest common factor of 7 and 45? I think that's it. Okay, so there's no other number that can go into 7 and 45. So this is the final step. So that's why I'm saying multiplying fractions is the easiest job ever. You just multiply the numerator with the numerator and denominator by denominator. Then you simplify. Okay, so let's go to division. So division, we need to remember these steps. It says, to divide common fractions, change the division sign to multiplication and you multiply the first fraction with the reciprocal of the second fraction. Okay, so this is exactly what we're going to do. So we say equal to, insert the equation. Come on. So we keep the first fraction as it is. 8 over 9. We're going to keep it as it is. And then we change the multiplication sign, the division sign to multiplication. And we also find the reciprocal of 5 over 8, which is 8 over 5. So let's do that again. The division sign is changing to multiplication. And then the second fraction, we just flip it. We call that a reciprocal. 5 over 8. If we reciprocal that, we get 8 over 5. Now we can move on to the next step by multiplying. So once we have now multiplication, all you need to do is just multiply the numerator with the numerator and the denominator by the denominator. So let's quickly do just that. Fraction. Let's have this in black. So that's 8 times 8. 8 times 8. And this is 9 times 5. So we need to insert this sign, multiplication, and also multiplication. And if we simplify the numerator and the denominator, we just multiply out. This is what we're going to do. We're going to have, sorry. So 8 by 8 is 64, and 9 by 5 is 45. Okay, is there any highest common factor of 64 and 45? And nope, so we stop right there. Okay, so a dividing fraction is it's extra, this extra work, because you must change this to multiplication and reciprocal of 5 over 8 of the second fraction. Okay, now let us look at the next one. The next one, we have a whole number and we are multiplying that by a fraction. So what do? We also change the whole number into a fraction. So this is how you can do it. So 5 can be written as 5 over 1, because 5 over 1 is just 5. Multiply, insert a fraction, 1 over 4. Then we can now say equal to, come on. So this is 5 times 1 over 1 times 4, and that should give us 5 over 4. Okay, so when you are multiplying a whole number with a fraction, you convert the whole number into a fraction by just making it that number over 1, because 5 over 1 is just 5 anyway. And then you multiply 5 times 1, which is 5, 1 times 4, which is 4, and this is it. Okay, so with division, you also do the same thing. So you carry out that first step. So first you convert 7 into a fraction. So convert that whole number into a fraction. So it's going to be 7 over 1. And then you say, I'm going to divide that by, I'll divide it by, come on, 8 over 6. Okay, and then after that, that's when now we change the sign and we find the reciprocal of the second fraction. So we're going to change this to multiplication. Let me just put it in yellow. And we are going to find the reciprocal of 8/6. Okay, let's do that. So we keep 7/1 as it is. So we say insert fraction, so it's 7/1. Then we say multiply with the reciprocal of 8/6, which is now 6/8. And then we continue by multiplying the numerator with the numerator and the denominator by the denominator. Okay, so it's 7 times 6 over 1 times 8. Let's put a multiplication sign here. Insert equation, multiply, also here multiplication sign, and this is what we're going to have. Okay, so insert a fraction. So that's going to be, so we need more space. So this is going to be, come on, 7 times 6 is 42/8. Is that simplest form? I think 2 can go into 42, and also 2 can go into 8. So 2 is the highest common factor, of 42 and 8. So if we simplify that, come on, insert an equation, we want the fraction, equal sign, so it goes in 21 times, and it goes in 4 times. Okay, so that's the final answer. So 7 divided by 8/6 is equal to 21/4. Okay, so again, you convert the whole number into a fraction by saying that number over 1, and then you change this to multiplication, and you also convert, you find the reciprocal of the second fraction, and then after that, multiplication is taking over. Okay, so my friends, what is going to happen now, you are going to practice this. This is something that we've done so many times in primary school, sorry. So that's why I want you to do C, D, E, H, I, J, F, K. It's supposed to be K, and this is L. Okay? So write them in your summary book or in a notebook, take a picture and share with me. All right. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.